PLA launches large-scale drills around Taiwan. Quake jolts Taiwan chip Fabs. Impact seen as limited. Lai rejects legislative Q&A, cites constitution. Knife attack in Japan. Thailand and Cambodia sign new ceasefire agreement. Polls open for Myanmar's first general election in 5 years. Japan's cabinet approves record defense budget. World's first gene-edited baby takes first steps.
Hello, I'm Jasmine. Thank you for joining us on FUNDAY News. It is Monday, December 29th, International Sailor Day, and here are your top stories. In local news, China's PLA Eastern Theater Command announced Justice Mission 2025 drills starting December 29th around Taiwan, covering the Taiwan Strait and waters north, southwest, southeast, and east of the island. Live fire exercises are scheduled December 30th from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Taiwan's presidential office said the military is fully monitoring the situation and safeguarding national security amid heightened cross-strait tensions regionally. A magnitude 7 earthquake struck offshore Iran late December 27th, causing damage at Shanxinzhu semiconductor fabs. Cross furnace parts and valves were affected, forcing equipment shutdowns and recalibration. Losses may reach tens of billions of NT dollars, but industry sources expected production and resume within days, with impacts manageable due to insurance coverage. President赖清德said he is willing to deliver a national address to the legislature if constitutionally required, but cannot accept question and answer sessions. Citing constitutional court rulings, he warned that forcing such a president would undermine Taiwan's constitutional system. Lai also dismissed opposition impeachment calls, saying society will judge their stance. And in global news, a man was arrested after stabbing 8 people and injuring 7 others, reported with bleach at a tire factory in central Japan on Friday. There was no immediate explanation for its motive. 8 people were taken to hospital after being stabbed with a knife at a factory operated by tire maker Yokohama Rubber Co. in the city of Mishima, Shizuoka Prefecture, west of Tokyo.
The fire department said that 5 of the stabbed victims were in serious condition, but other details were not available. All were conscious while being transported to hospitals. Shizuoka Prefectural Police said the attacker, a 38-year-old man, was arrested on suspicion of attempted murder at the factory, but did not provide further details. Quoting investigative sources, Kyodo News said the attacker is believed to be a former employee of the factory. Investigators said the suspect was carrying a survival knife and wearing what appeared to be a gas mask.
Thailand and Cambodia on Saturday signed a ceasefire agreement to end weeks of armed combat along their border over competing territorial claims. In addition to ending the fighting, the agreement calls for no further military movements by either side and no violation of either side's airspace for military purposes. According to the country's defense military, only Thailand had employed airstrikes during the fighting, hitting Cites and Cambodia as recently as Saturday morning.
Another major clause calls for Thailand, after the ceasefire has been fully maintained for 72 hours, to repatriate 18 Cambodian soldiers it has held as prisoners since earlier fighting in July. Their release has been a major demand of the Cambodian side. The original July ceasefire was brokered by Malaysia and pushed through by pressure from President Donald Trump, who threatened to withhold trade privileges unless Thailand and Cambodia agreed. It was formalized in greater detail in October at a regional meeting in Malaysia that Trump attended. Despite those agreements, the two countries carried on a bitter propaganda war, and minor cross-border violence continued, escalating in early December into widespread heavy fighting.
Photos Voters went to the polls on Sunday for the initial phase of Myanmar's first general election in 5 years, held under the supervision of its military government, while a civil war rages throughout much of the country. Critics charge that the election is designed to add a facade of legitimacy to military rule, which began after the army ousted the elected government in February 2021. The party won a landslide victory in the 2020 election, but was blocked from taking office for a second term.
Voters were casting their ballots at high schools, government buildings, and religious sites. Critics argue that the results will lack legitimacy due to the exclusion of major parties, restrictions on freedom of speech, and an atmosphere of repression. They contend that the expected victory of the military-backed Union Solidarity and Development Party makes the nominal transition to civilian rule a chimera. However, holding the election may provide an excuse for neighbors such as China, India, and Thailand to continue their support, claiming the vote promotes stability. Western nations have maintained sanctions against Myanmar's ruling generals over their anti-democratic actions and the brutal war against their opponents.
Japan's cabinet on Friday approved a record defense budget plan exceeding 9 trillion yuan for the coming year, aiming to fortify its strike-back capability and coastal defense with cruise missiles and unmanned arsenals as tensions rise in the region. The draft budget for fiscal 2026, beginning in April, is up 9.4% from 2025 and marks the fourth year of Japan's ongoing 5-year program to double annual arms spending to 2% of gross domestic product.
The increase comes as Japan faces heightened tensions with China. Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi said in November that her country's military could become involved if China were to take action against Taiwan. Takaichi's government, under U.S. pressure to increase military spending, pledged to achieve the 2% target by March, 2 years earlier than planned. Japan also plans to revise its current security and defense policies by December 2026 to further strengthen its military. The country has been bolstering its offensive capabilities with long-range missiles designed to strike enemy targets from a distance, a major break from its post-World War II principle of limiting the use of force to self-defense.
The baby saved from a rare disease by a first-ever personalized gene fix has reached a big milestone. KJ Melden is taking his first steps and getting ready to celebrate Christmas at home with his parents and 3 siblings. KJ was born last year with a rare genetic disorder called CPS1 deficiency, which prevents the body from removing toxic ammonia and can lead to severe neurological issues. The metabolic condition affects only 1 in 1.3 million babies and often results in life-threatening outcomes.
When he was 6 months old, doctors began giving KJ a groundbreaking new treatment, a personalized CRISPR gene editing therapy. The gene editing therapy works like a molecular spell checker, finding and fixing the specific genetic error causing his condition. After 3 infusions and spending the first 10 months of his life in the hospital, KJ was discharged and sent home. Since then, KJ has continued to grow and thrive with his family. Doctors hope new technologies like CRISPR gene editing therapies can be the key to treating more than 7,000 rare diseases, such as sickle cell disease, cystic fibrosis, Huntington's disease, and muscular dystrophy, which affect approximately 30 million people across the country.
The answer for last Friday was C, deterrent. Strong security measures act as a deterrent against theft. Did you answer correctly? Now let's delve into today's news. Thailand and Cambodia sign new ceasefire agreement. Number 1. Formalized, 正式化的. The agreement was formalized in writing. Number 2. Conscious, 有意识的. She is conscious of the risk involved. Number 3. Investigative, 调查性的. The journalist is known for investigative reporting. Next, we have a multiple choice question for everyone to practice. Which answer would you choose? You can write your answer in the comment section. The correct answer will be announced tomorrow. The origin of International Cellar Day dates back to 2015, when it was established by a group of cellists. They aim to recognize both the instrument and the musicians who master it, emphasizing the cellist's unique place in the musical community. The day celebrates the versatility and emotional depth of the cello, which can produce a wide range of sounds from deep, resonant tones to high melodic notes. And that's all for today's FUNDAY news. Be sure to turn into FUNDAY news from Monday to Friday and click the link below to join FUNDAY for free. I'm Jasmine, your host. I'll see you next time.